here we have is your LGA GDP. Got a bit fuzzy there, brain fog. GDP. So something to understand is, what's the economy doing? Is it contracting or is it extracting? So your GDP has to do with your imports and export goods. Your industries, what are they doing in this market? Are they improving? Is the GDP increasing? How much is this certain location that I'm looking to, potentially invest in? What's it doing? How much is it having an impact on the Australian nation GDP? And so you want to be looking at the growth rates. Now this is Fed, which you can look at your Australian GDP. But when you want to start targeting your small markets, like your Australian regional towns or your capital cities, etc., you got ID profiles here, or you got your ABS data. Now I like to use your ID profile, very clear, very understanding, right? It breaks it all down for you. Now this is something that's crucial that you want to understand, and you want to make sure that, like I said before, it's not contracting, it's extracting, and that the market is growing. A strong sign of GDP increasing year on year, and goods and services increasing year on year. Your imports and your exports, it shows that the economy is doing very well in this particular area. It's booming. Now, when we're looking at things like this, I'm going to do another video individual. There's always things you got to start looking out for. Is how much has it been increasing by? What percent rate? What industries on your exports or your imports have been performing quite well? Is there any holes, anything that you need that alarm bells ring? So this is something that we want to look out for. And this is understanding, okay, before we start, like I said, we always want to make sure ticking off the boxes of understanding a location, the LGA rate, understanding your GDP, super important. So which I'll do a video when we're on a website, how to use it and how to actually read data. And that's something to put in spreadsheets, track these sort of things. You've got to track everything that I'm talking about when it comes to population pressure or your GDP or your economic drivers of industries and what they're doing for those markets, or your vacancy rates, stock on markets, etc. You need to track these things and put them in spreadsheets and have a look at previous data as well to understand what's going on. So we'll talk more on that.